Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, Diverse Goddess. It's Hannah, and in today's video, I'm going to go over a little bit about what auras are and understanding wisdom. So keep watching. What are auras? Everyone is born with a certain aura color. And everything on the planet that is alive has an aura. Plants have auras, animals have auras, and in the video that I shared a while back, Foods Create Moods, I shared how fruits and vegetables have aura colors, and so doesn't water. And water has all 7 of the chakra colors, and the chakra colors can also be seen as auras. And so water, its aura color is the rainbow. And like a rainbow, all 7 of the aura colors are needed. And there are more than 7 aura colors. It just happens to be in a rainbow. It's the 7 that you can see with the naked eye, but there are an infinite amount of colors. And just like all the colors of the rainbow are needed to make it, a rainbow, everyone's aura color, every human being that comes in with a different aura color is needed. Auras, in a nutshell, are basically just the energy, the essence of who you are. It's your spirit in color, if you want to get visual with it. It's basically your spirit in color. It's your energy in color form. And auras, what they look like, if you've ever seen your breath in really cold weather, that's really what it looks like when it comes off a person's body. It's very thin and air-like because it's the person's energy. And everyone's aura color makes them unique. People can share an aura color, just like people, there are many people who might have an indigo aura, many people who have a red aura or green aura, but everybody has a unique aura color. And just like you can have a field full of, say, roses, and there are certain characteristics that make them a rose that you can recognize and like, oh, that's a rose. The same thing is with an aura. You can share similar aura colors with people, but everybody is going to be uniquely themselves, and everybody's aura is going to be uniquely individualized to themselves. Just like everyone is born with an individual fingerprint, and just like no one snowflake is ever the same thing goes with people. And it is also possible for individual to have more than one aura color. Some people have just one, some people have multiple colors, some people have 2, but again, it varies. And some people's aura color can go brown or it can get tainted looking, and that's usually when a person's aura color needs to get cleaned. It's the same thing as if you get dirty, physically dirty, and you need to take a shower, except this is a spiritual cleaning that needs to happen. And what happens to the person's aura, it's like almost like a dark cloud covers their aura. And so some people, they cannot resonate with their aura color or their true energy because it's tainted. And what it means to be born with a certain aura color, it just means that you're born under a certain frequency. You're born under a certain channel of energy. And the best way that I can describe it is like a television. You know how you have a television and there are many different channels. You have a channel that's for comedy. You might have a channel that's for cartoons. You have a channel that's strictly for news. Every channel is specific to that frequency, and then you tune into that channel to get that information or what that channel has to offer. The same thing with aura colors. Everybody's born under a certain aura color, which is basically a frequency, an energy channel. For example, if somebody's born with, say, a red aura, they bring into this world a lot of passion. They bring into this world the understanding of sexual energy, and they transcend the sexual energy, and they're about activity. If you're born, say, with like a green aura, you're born to heal. You're born, you understand the balance of earth, and you probably want to feed a lot of people. You're very nurturing. And so that's what I mean. Like your aura color gives you a certain essence to your personality and to you, who you are as a person, and then you share that energy with humanity. And of course there are more characteristics and there's more detail and more to it than that, but that's basically it in a nutshell. Your aura is basically the frequency and your energy. It's basically your essence as a human being, and we all come in on a certain channel, a certain frequency, and every frequency is needed, but within balance and when it is clean and untainted. And just like everyone is born under a certain sun sign, but everybody carries a certain energy. It's about the energy in which you carry and bring to humanity that adds to the collective rainbow of humanity. And like I've already mentioned, some people, they don't share their real essence or their real energy and their real purpose or what their aura color energy is about, because again, they get tainted and they become destructive, and like I said, it's like a dark cloud over their aura. And one other thing that I want to mention, it's a little bit of a side note, but I feel the need to mention it because even people who knew me like really close growing up, or even to this day, people always tell me, oh, you're too smart or too wise beyond your years or for your age. And I want to talk a little bit about that because it's actually not that unusual. And what I mean by it's not very unusual, when it comes to spirituality and wisdom, age is irrelevant. And I know that sounds strange because we always associate age with wisdom, but it's not true. People believe that we come in as blank slates, which is actually inaccurate. We actually come in as aligned. And what I mean by that is when we come in as babies, our auras, our chakras are all open. So we're still very much connected to the spiritual part of life. But then because babies can't talk, and because babies come in the form that they do, which is very vulnerable, they can't express what they understand and what they know. And so what happens through life, when the baby comes in and then we raise them, and the parents, they indoctrinate, I can't say this word, indoctrinate the baby or the child into the world. And so the baby, or humans, start aligning with the system. And believe it or not, the system that we're born in, the society that we're born in, actually goes against nature and against the spiritual flow of life. And so people start shutting down those energies, and people start shutting down their connection to the spiritual side of life. But we all come in aligned. And when we're born and we start growing into adults and we get, again, like I said, indoctrinated, we start losing our spiritual connection to life in the name of fitting into society. That is why around the time of being a teenager, it's very stressful, because it's a struggle between the connection you feel to life and the programming that you're being given to conform. And of course, there's more to it than that in terms of teenage years, but that's it in a nutshell. And so my point is that we're just born aligned and already connected. That alignment is really the connection with the spiritual part of life. And then again, we get groomed and conditioned. And if we stop treating our children as if they're dumbasses and started treating them with respect and treating them like they are smart human beings, and support them rather than trying to program them, there would be less people who are spiritually asleep. And just as a side note, I'm not religious, but I believe even in the Bible, they say a child will lead them, because like I said, as children, we're already aligned. We're already pure, we're already innocent. And that pureness and innocence allows the child to access life force energy and allows them to access the divine easier. People usually associate wisdom with age, because the older you get, the more potential you have to become wise. But being wise is not always guaranteed, because there's a lot of old people who are bitter. And of course, there's a lot of young people who are bitter too. But there is the potential to be wiser. But again, it's not guaranteed. Because with age, there's also the potential to become more tainted and more hearted and more closed. And so again, with age, you have the potential to disconnect. Anyone can acquire knowledge. Anyone can read a book and recite it like a parrot, but real wisdom comes from within. And every child is already connected, so it shouldn't feel weird that a young person is wise. We assume the older we get, the wiser we get, because like I said, we've associated age with wisdom. But that is because, like I've said, we start off aligned, and then life happens, which can unalign us. And if you're a person who chooses to evolve or grow and heal, you start to realign, and you start to get realigned with yourself. But what really is happening is that you're undoing and healing all the stuff from life to have you return back to your original self as you were as a child. And we call that wisdom. Anyway, my point is that there are old people who are wise and there are young people who are wise, because wisdom is not dependent on age. Knowledge can be dependent on age, but wisdom is not. The only thing that age matters is when it comes to matters of responsibility. You know, like you can't vote yet. You can't drive yet because of age. You can't own a house yet. And if you're an older person, you should be taking care of the child. And there are certain lines that shouldn't be crossed because of age. But in terms of wisdom, age is not dependent, because wisdom is spiritual and spirituality has no age. So anyway, on that note, I am going to end today's video, and I hope this video was helpful. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications. I will see you in the next video. Bye.